Hi everyone, this is Revan, otherwise known as Cosmic Alignment. In these videos, we go over the planetary energies and what they might be reflecting for the collective. And within that context, each one of us can see how this energy resonates and how we're manifesting it uniquely and individually. Let's remember that we are all one, and in looking at the collective one life, that spirit, the evolutionary phase and energies and the themes of that one life, we will see like a reflection of us and what we're going through. Of course, we all have a unique filter, our own psychic makeup, so it looks different for each one of us, but the main essential energy is the same. So the point of these videos is to have an objective awareness of these collective energies going on within us. They are universal and they are essential and they are incredibly fucking real. They're the intangible things that all of us experience as the truth and real things. Let's get into the main planetary energies going on this week from December 17th to December 24th. So this week we see the sun, spirit, creation, life, right? The heartbeat of our solar system. Going from the archetype of Sagittarius, the arrow pointing heavenward, very philosophical, thinking about the cosmological reality. In other words, the energy that makes us these philosophers that are thinking about how we fit into this world at large. You know, looking at ourselves in terms of these humans, this race on this planet, in the solar system and all the other solar systems out there, like really trying to understand the world at large has been the energy, the philosophical energy of the Sagittarius. And we went through, we can say, a spiritual attunement in ascension. We all feel like we are a lot more in tune with our higher self, our higher mind. In the beginning of Sagittarius season, the sun in Sagittarius conjunct Jupiter, the higher mind. I do feel that that was reflecting an upgrade for all of us, an ascension of more of an attunement and alignment with our higher self. So now that we see Sagittarius coming to an end, it's interesting to note this major energy going on that's coming along at the middle of the week. By the sun coming into the later degrees of Sagittarius, it creates what in astrology is known as a trine aspect. What's a trine aspect? It's harmonious. It's an effortless fruition. It's a blessing, it's a gift. It's something that comes off easy. It's a talent. The sun, spirit, Uranus, creativity, individuality, unique ideas channeled from the one universal mind. I know, very out there, but think of people like Albert Einstein that studied theory and had intuitive flashes where he was able to download a lot of universal wisdom in flashes of intuition, where the one I would say, tapped into his genius through tapping into the one mind, the universal mind. Because we all know that all thoughts, all concepts, all ideas already exist in the ether, in the mental plane. It's more about our mind, our conduit, Mercury, tuning in and channeling this universal mind. So what am I trying to get to is this Uranus energy is it's like this universal mental plane in which we can align and channel, which unlocks our inner genius. Because we express that in very unconventional ways that have never been seen before, very unique, very individual, very revolutionary and breakthrough. So without getting too crazy and lost, I just like getting deep into describing the archetype to give you a sense and a feel for how that is felt within, okay? Because that's the energy, that archetype within, that rebellious, revolutionary, channeling this new idea, this new vision, this breakthrough that he or she knows will benefit humanity at large and will stop at nothing to do that. That creative, urge to liberate from old conditioning and structure is that Aquarius energy, that Aquarius/Uranus energy. And Uranus creating that trine, so we can see this inner genius coming into this harmony with spirit. In Sagittarius, our philosophical mind, after having been upgraded, now we are experiencing our mind, our expansion, and we're noticing like this inner genius coming through now. It's like we open the door, the key has been entered into the lock, and we've unlocked the door, and we can see the light seeping through the cracks of the door as we open it. That inner genius, that inner light is coming through, and we're walking right into it. There's been a definite upgrade, and Uranus is a big deal. It's a beyond Saturn, trans-Saturn planet. It's a universal, higher collective energy. Only some of us, not everybody, is connected and can channel this creative energy. The ones that can might struggle because it's very erratic, you can say. And that's why people that are genius kind of seem like there's a little bit of a madness to them. They know, they're tuned in, they got their own method to their madness, right? Their own inner genius. That's that inner genius coming through right now. And it's interesting to see that this is happening, and then right after it happens, the middle of the week on Friday, the Sun Spirit Life, after experiencing and almost being reborn and liberated from the past and coming into this new alignment with this new creative genius, is now stepping into the world of Saturn, law, karma, dharma, responsibility, life lessons. This is a celestial schoolmaster. This is his territory, Capricorn. And in Capricorn, during this season, we are going to experience a Saturn conjunction between the Sun and Saturn. Think of like a Saturn return, but for the collective. This is literally that. Our solar system is like experiencing like this returning, the heartbeat of the system is returning back to Saturn. It's almost like, okay, time to siphon what's unnecessary, time to align with what we are truly meant to embody. So let me get into that actually. So Sagittarius is that philosophical yearning to understand our cosmology. With this Mercury-Jupiter conjunction in Sagittarius at the Sun experience, I feel like our intellect, left brain, Jupiter, higher mind have merged. The Sun coming into that conjunction, I feel like is an upgrade of ourselves. This creative new self coming through this trine between Sun and Uranus is reflecting that we've tapped into this inner genius, and we can tap into this energy to revolutionize that which we will to revolutionize. So now coming into Capricorn, Capricorn is about actualizing and manifesting the philosophies and the ideas and the beliefs that we've learned and expanded our awareness through in Sagittarius. In Sagittarius, we expand the consciousness and our being, the arrow pointing heavenward. The next sign is Capricorn, going out into society, going out into culture, going out into society to manifest what we will to manifest. Here, Capricorn is the energy of the businessman, the ambitious, practical archetype that wants to, establish a career in a profession. This is basically the archetype that gets us in touch with us asking ourselves, who do I want to be out in the world? Who do I want to be in my community, in my culture, in my society? It's thinking about our social persona. Remember that the 10th house is like the noon point in the chart, which literally means like where the sun is at its highest point, symbolic for our own individual incarnation. What's our highest position? What's our higher, what's our place where everybody can see us? What's our collective function is the question that Capricorn asks. Like, are you embodying your truth in your career, in your profession? Are you embodying your truth in your community, in your culture, in your society? This is Sag energy going into Capricorn. We've expanded our consciousness, gained new beliefs, ascended definitely. Now we go out into the world and it's like, okay, I came up from being enlightened and seeing life and experiencing oneness and being expanded through that. Now I want to go out into the world and let the world know my message, and how do I want to manifest that is a question that's being asked internally of us right now. I see that because Sun is about to move into this conjunction with Saturn, and Saturn is celestial schoolmaster that can also be correlated to the Grim Reaper because he siphons what's no longer necessary and what's unessential. He, she, it cannot siphon or cut off what's essential and what's spirit. There's no such thing as cutting that off. They can only cut off what's non-essential, what's egotistical, and what's not truth in our true self. So that's the energy of the Sun, of the creative life going on this week. The other energy that I wanted to speak on is all this Pisces energy going on. There's a lot of Pisces energy and actually a lot of Sagittarius energy as well. We got Mars, the masculine animal energy in Pisces. We have Neptune in Pisces. We have Chiron in Pisces. There's this conjunction in Pisces. And what's really important here to know about that energy and the Sagittarius energy going on, and by that I mean we got Jupiter, the Sun's still in Sagittarius, and Mercury in Sagittarius. So there's this predominance of these two archetypes, Sagittarius and Pisces. Why do I point them out? Because before Neptune was discovered, Jupiter ruled Pisces. Jupiter is the higher mind, the higher self. It makes sense. Pisces is attempting to transcend ego, to transcend the physical, spiritual reality, to let go of this dense reality and ascend and transcend into the actual higher realms and subtle realms and realities that there are available. They can sense that and intuitively are drawn to that. So there's this predominance of that Neptune energy. Neptune is the cosmic sea. It's a very spiritual energy. In other words, whereas Saturn asks you, who do you want to be in front of everybody? What's your career? What's your function, right? What's your work? What's your profession, right? Practically a really earth-based elemental energy. Now, Neptune is different. It's more about aligning with the universal. How are you going to align and be an extension of Source? How are you, in Pisces, we seek alignment with Source. We seek to let go of the physical realm. So all this Pisces energy, especially with Mars, the masculine animal nature, having just gone through like this conjunction with Neptune, this cosmic sea, this ether, this Akashic element, this deep abyss, really. Neptune is like the ocean with no ends. It's like the cosmic ocean. That's Neptune. The masculine animal nature, Mars, just dive deep into that, conjunct Neptune. And it's still in Pisces, so it's still in that phase. What does that mean? I don't know about you guys, but personally, the way I see it reflected in my own life is I'm pursuing my own project and venture. This is my Mars, manifesting my own desires and actualizing my own ambitions out into the world, right? And I do feel like it is in alignment. I do feel intuitively led. At the same time, I gotta remind myself that I have to have faith and I have to trust. And I have to have patience, because naturally as an Aries, because I'm an Aries, I'm a Pisces Aries cusp soul. But naturally as an Aries, I'm definitely impatient. Like, I want shit yesterday. And when I put so much effort into something and I don't see it come into fruition overnight or in a week or in a month, I get impatient, I get frustrated. So this Mars Pisces energy to me is more about aligning with my own truth and looking at things from this large, long perspective. Pisces is like the wise sage, the mystic, that says, like, you got your whole life. Think about the context. If you worry so much about the next second, the next minute, the next hour, how are you gonna create a life within the next year or 5, or create a life in general? taking a larger perspective that's more aligned with your spiritual truth as a spirit incarnated in this body is more in alignment and will bring us more patience and have us have our projects and ventures aligned with source. In a way, our own ambitions become our extension and our spirituality, right? So I feel a lot of that Neptune energy going on, like feeling a call to transcend our ego, to be an extension of source, of divinity out into the world. And something else that I want to point out that I feel like just again backs up this energy is Venus and Neptune trined create a harmonious aspect on Thursday. So Venus is in Scorpio and Neptune is in Pisces. How are they connected? What's the importance? And how is this related to the Sagittarius Neptune energy and to Mars being in Pisces and all these conjunctions in Pisces with the cosmic sea and the spiritual energy, right? And the Sagittarius energy, which just went through of seeking to liberate ourselves from our lower nature and expanding the self and aligning and ascending. So that energy now, right? How is that related to this Venus-Neptune trine? What does that reflect? It's so beautiful. I love the wisdom in astrology. So this is what I mean. I've shared before that there are such things as a lower octave planet and a higher octave planet. This is what I mean. Venus and Neptune, they both have to do with love. Venus is a circle of spirit above the cross of matter. So it represents the love and the aesthetic and the harmony that unifies spirit and the duality of spirit, and matter overcomes the duality of matter and the four elements through cohesion and unity through love. It's the personal affection, it's our aesthetic, it's what's pleasing and gives us joy, right? It's our aesthetic, our beauty, what is in harmony with our own nature. This is correlated to the soul and what's beautiful and what is valuable. It's the beauty in the eye of the beholder, right? So it has to do with that feminine, more receptive aspect in us. Neptune is the higher octave of that because it's more of a universal love. It's a compassionate, all-encompassing love and affection towards all creatures of creation. It's like the higher octave, and all the other planets also have their lower and higher octave. Mercury, you can say the logical mind is a conduit, almost like the data processing technology. Uranus is like the source where all the data comes from, and it's just a channel, a higher octave, you can say, for the lower octave just being like a translator or messenger for this higher octave energy. Same with Venus and Neptune, right? Because we're learning how to have universal love. We're learning how to have unconditional love for everyone and everything, and have this compassion and this empathy for whatever anybody is experiencing, and this having this non-judgment and this, this embracing of our humanity in whatever form it takes, and healing and dissolving any judgments and forgiving. That energy is all Pisces Neptune energy. This energy is attempting to manifest through our personal affections. And some of us might be a little bit more selfish than others, but the purpose of Venus is to expand that personal affection, to sense that love of the universal. So what I'm trying to get to, and I'm sorry I sidetracked so much, but what I'm trying to get to is this Venus-Neptune trine coming on Thursday is reflecting that all that Pisces energy has really turned us into like these creatures that love the universal. These spiritual lovers, these people that really do see the beauty behind the veil. There's this common, mutual, collective spirituality going on right now. It's almost like all of us love the mysticism, love the spirituality, love the expansion. Our soul, our collective soul is loving this shit and like wants to just keep growing and expanding and aligning more with that subtle, higher realm, that higher frequency Neptune, that cosmic sea, and that cosmic ocean. So collectively, between the sun being in Sag, this, trine with Uranus, this creativity, this originality, this genius being unlocked. And now moving into Capricorn, wanting to be shared into the world. This energy, is coming out into the world, but with this divine, universal compassion. Pisces is tender and soft and very sweet and wants to do good for everybody. This energy is the energy of the volunteer that goes to the animal shelters and volunteers their time and energy. They're the ones helping out the needy. They're the ones helping out and volunteering at homeless shelters. That energy is being embodied in all of us. We are learning how to have that unconditional, non-judgmental, universal love for all humanity. And this is just a reflection of, again, the one life, the one spirit, our own state of evolution and where we're at. Now, this is a short forecast. I'll probably add a second part later on as to where these energies are going. If you like this video, please please subscribe, check out my Facebook, check out my YouTube, check out my Instagram, and drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. What you liked about this, what you didn't. Yeah, and sorry about all the darkness. It's just, I got out of work kind of late. Couldn't really catch the sunlight, so this is as best I can do. Let me know if you really do mind the darkness, so. Thank you for watching, guys.